Hello guys, my name is Evans and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to continue looking at the IGCSE ICT May-June 2016 paper 2 paper. In the last video I was doing a section on document production. In this video I'll be looking at database reports and all, and this is coming under data manipulation. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to the question paper. So we start in a section on databases, and there was one document that I wanted you guys to have a look at, lest you encounter such a document in the exam. For the June exam, there was another document that was given to the candidates. It was called the erratum notice. This is the document that was given to the candidates. So it says erratum notice to be opened on the day of examination, and this was for the attention of the examinations officer as well as the invigilator, and was supposed to be given to the candidates with the question paper. Okay, so an erratum notice really is just more like a document that contains some corrections that supposed to be made on an earlier given document. So for example, in the question paper you can be given the question paper, and then Cambridge may feel a particular question needs to be corrected or needs to be amended or updated in such a way, so they will create an erratum notice. Okay, so in this case they said that please turn to page 6 of your question paper under task 3 under databases, and then you are supposed to add the following sentence to the instruction at the top of the page. So let's go to that instruction at the top of the page. So this is page 6, task 3, and the instruction in question is this one here. You are now going to prepare some reports for the company. Make sure all currency values display the pound, this is the euro rather, the euro sign, and to 2 decimal places. So if you go back to the erratum notice, it says if the euro sign is not available, select any available signs. So there are some countries or some people who are using different versions of the word production package or document production package, okay, or word processor if you want, and the euro sign may not be there. You check under all the listings for the symbols for the euro and may not be there. So in such a case, Cambridge has permitted you guys to actually pick up any available currency sign. So you can use dollar sign, you can use pound sign, even my Zambian kwacha, ZMK. Yeah, so you are free to use any currency because that is the update that you got from there. So lest the November guys were writing, or the October guys were starting to write, is it on the 11th of October? Lest you encounter such a document, you shouldn't find it strange. It's just like giving you an update of what is supposed to be done on the question paper that was earlier given to you. Okay, so with that said, let's go now straight into that. So we should make sure that our currency values are displayed with a euro pound, and of course if we don't find this in our package we can use any other symbol, and we are just supposed to display it according or to 2 decimal places. Okay, so step number 20, using a suitable database package, import the file j216 add spots.csv. Use these field names and data types. So these are the field names that we have, and these are the data types here, and this is just simple descriptions of extra information that you may need as you do that. Okay, so let me just go ahead and import this file, and then we'll come back here. Okay, so let's go to access and then create a blank database. Close this table and go to external data. You are importing a text file, and then browse, and then let's look for the file that we want to import. So I have in my work area, remember in the previous video I showed you guys where my papers are, so I did download these papers and they are on my desktop in a folder called ICT 0417 June 2016 paper 2. And these are the source files that we've been working with. Okay, so the file in question it is supposed to open is called add spots. Okay, add spots. Let's just verify that this is actually the name. Yeah, it's add spots 216 add spots.csv. So pick up this one and say open. Okay, okay, then just go next. Now the first row contains field names, so select this one. If you don't select this one, what Access would do, it will put columns here, column what, column what, column 1, column 2, column 3, just like that, and you find that you're not going to have a proper table. So since the first name is rather the first row is the only data or that is unique from these, all these other ones they are the same, so you just need to select it there, and then you go to advanced, and this is where you're going to set now the properties and the data types for these field names that you have. So let's go back here and look at the data types that we have. So the first three are text, and the fourth one, rating, is a number and it is supposed to be an integer. So let's change this one to integer. So rating, so the first three are okay. Rating is just supposed to be an integer. You can leave it as long integer if you want, but I prefer just integer. And then let's go to the question paper check for the other one. So I'm gonna close this other one, guys, and remain with the question paper. So location is supposed to be text. Let's see if it's text. So location is text, and then residential is supposed to be boolean or logical and supposed to display yes or no. So let's go back here, change residential, it's integer, but change it to yes or no. Okay, and if we go back to the question, cost is supposed to show number, and you can be a numeric or currency. So cost, since currency is available, I'll just pick up on currency, and then duration is supposed to be number and supposed to be an integer as well. So let's pick up integer. And so this is you've done this, you've done the editing of this text, I mean the data types and the field names. Now what you need to do next step is to set the course code field as a primary key, and then you save the data. So let's go ahead and set this as the primary key. So let's say okay, and next, next, and choose my own primary key, and course code should be the primary key. Go to next, and then go to finish. Okay, so your table is imported, and this is the table in question. So let's go back here. It says take a screenshot evidence showing the field names and data types used in the table. Place this screenshot into your evidence document. And so we go back here. Now to take a screenshot showing the field names and the data types, you need to change this to design view. So go here on view and then change to design view. And now we need just to set up some things here. So for example, currency, we need to set it, the format, we need to set it as euro. Okay, so I have euro, and the number of decimal places, we were told that needs to be 2 decimal places. Okay, so remember, I have not yet gotten a screenshot of this. I just want to make sure that all the formatting that was mentioned at the start of the task are adhered to. So these two are done. The other thing that we need to set is on residential. We need also to set the format that is going to be yes or no. Okay, remember it was showing ones, -1 and zeros, because we haven't set this property here. So set it to yes or no, and then yeah, so the others, I think they are fine. These are number, and yeah, these are perfectly okay. Okay, so next thing now we need to set is get a screenshot of this. Okay, just get there, and these are the field name and data type, and then copy that. Okay, so let's go to our evidence document. Remember, I didn't close this evidence document, in case you are wondering where is this evidence document coming from. It is, I was working on it in the previous video. I'm recording this video on the same day, so I didn't have to close these files because I knew I was going to do another video. So we did the evidence for these other ones. So in this case, we now want to do step 20, evidence 5. We show the database field structure and the data types there. So just paste it there. Okay, great. Next step, Step 21, create a data entry form which will include all fields from the add sports table, and it's supposed to use a drop down menu in the location field to accept only Cornwall, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and France. And I must say, guys, that the drop down menu it's somewhat a new feature that I'm coming across in the ICT papers. I don't know if it's the first time that Cambridge is actually bringing in this feature on a form. You hardly find it there, but nevertheless, we are going to work with that. So I want you guys to pay close attention here, because this is very important, and there are quite some steps that are needed for you to really be able to come up with a drop down menu or a combo box if you want. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to create a query, and this query is going to extract only to extract all the fields that are coming from add sports table. Okay, so let's go back here and save this one, and then I'm going to go to create, and then query wizard, and then simple query, and I'm going to get all the fields that are there in add table, and go to next, and then next, and then modify this. Okay, so this is data entry form. So query form, I'll just put form there so that I know this is for the form, and click on finish. Okay, right, so this is my table, my query rather, and what I just need to do is to add or select only those criteria that were given there. So we want to create, first of all, a form which is going to be based on this query that we have created. Now guys, remember, you can create a form from scratch, okay, and you can use a query wizard, rather a form wizard, to create that, or you can just use a design feature to create your query, rather your form. In this case, I'm going to use I'm going to go on external data, and here we're told that the drop down menu should show only fields, or should accept only fields that are this. Okay, so before I even do that, let me just go create the form. Okay, so go to form wizard, and then this form wizard is going to be based on the query which I just created. Okay, so this is the query. So it's not showing that. Let me just pick up, guys, from the original table. I'm sorry that the query is not showing the fields that I wanted, but nevertheless I can still pick up from the same table, because all I need is all the fields that are there. Okay, so it was pointless for me actually to even create this query in the first place. So pardon me, guys, on that one. We can just pick it up from the original table, because we are just picking up all the fields that are involved. If we were picking up certain fields, and we didn't have to like if we had to select only particular fields to display or to extract, then we needed to do a query. But since we are picking up all the fields that are involved, you can just go ahead, pick up the table, and then go like that. Okay, so we have all the table, all the fields there, and then go to next, and then I'm just going to choose column for now. Okay, and I'm saying that one, give it, maybe let's say give it the name add sports whatever form, and then finish. Okay, so this is, guys, this is your form, and what I'm going to do right away is to view this form, so that you guys see what it is doing. So it's already okay. So let me just close this table, close it. Remember, guys, you're supposed to close all these tables whenever you're starting to do a new feature, so that it doesn't really affect that. So close this, and let's try to preview it again. And there you go, it is now showing that. Now guys, one thing that I want you to take note of is here where it says location. Remember, in the question paper, we were told that location should accept only this, and it should use a drop-down menu. But if you go back to our form, you see that location is actually a text box. Okay, it's not a drop-down menu. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to delete this location and put a drop-down menu here, so that we're able to select only the values that are shown here: Cornwall, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and France. Okay, now guys, this is where you have to pay close attention here. I'm going to take it real slow so that you guys can get what I'm trying to say here, because if you miss it here, you're going to struggle with it in the exam. But I pray you don't do that. It's not good to struggle in the exam when you look at you look to your left, you see your friend is smiling, you look to your right, you see your friend is smiling, and then and you're the only one who is stuck. You know, I was told of a very funny joke. Some guys were doing were doing an exam. It was a practical exam. I don't know if it was a physics exam or what. And then they showed a guy. He was staring at his friends, and then he had the rule. And then he he saw his friend using a ruler in the exam, and he had the rule, and he didn't know at what point he's supposed to use the ruler in the exam. Goes through the question 1 to the last question. He doesn't just know at what point he's supposed to use the ruler. And then you could see how he was checking out his friends. What point are these guys using the ruler? You know, so it's not good always. You know, if you see your friends are smiling right in the exam, and you are just there, you don't know, you are stuck. Okay, you don't know what to do. So I want you to pay close attention here and really get it once, because I may not do a video like this that has got drop down menus and all, and I'm gonna take it slow so that you guys really have a proper understanding, a thorough understanding here. Okay, so I don't mind if the video is too long. What is important is that the knowledge is communicated. Okay, so let me go back to design view. Like I said, I'm gonna have to delete this field because I want it to be a drop down. As it is a text box. So I'm going to delete it, and you automatically notice that the label, which was location, and the text box have gone together because they go in pairs. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is to try to bring in a combo box. Okay, so a combo box is more like a drop down menu, or whatever list that you have. We're told it's a drop down menu, and so in Access it is actually called a combo box. Okay, so if you scroll, if you come here, hover your mouse on this one, this is the combo box, which is the equivalent of a drop down menu. So I'm gonna click on it and drag it and just put it somewhere here. Okay, and you notice that it brings in combo box 17 and bound, and then brings in this wizard. Okay, so what is this wizard all about? Let's read it so that we just have an understanding what it is. So this wizard creates a combo box which displays a list of values that you can choose from. Okay, and this is what we know a combo box to or a drop down menu. We want to have different options, and then we can choose from these different options that we have. A good example of a combo box, guys, is let's say maybe a drop down menu is like this one. No, let me go to Word maybe so that I just show you an example. So this could be a drop down menu, and then you can choose different options that are here. So we want to create something like this, and then we're able to choose only one option at a time. So let's go back to Access. Now, what are these options that are here? It says I want the combo box to get the values from another table or query. Okay, so this option is most suitable if you have multiple tables, or you've created queries. Like we wanted to create a query, and then we wanted a particular or particular values to come from a query or from a table. Then we should go ahead and use this option. Okay, and then number 2 says I will type in the values that I want. Okay, and this is what really we want, because the reason I said that we want this one is because in the question we're told that these are the values that we want, so we want to type in these values. Okay, it's very important, guys, that you understand and are able to decode the question. Just for you to decode the question in an exam, it earns you marks, because if you don't understand the question, you give wrong answer. Okay, I like to say that if you go in an exam and you fail to answer a question, the reason the examiner marked that question wrong is because you lied or you cheated or you gave an answer that was not true. Okay, so every time you give something that is not true, you're a liar. So can you imagine? How many times have you gotten something wrong in an exam? So you've been lying all this long. It should have been marked if you said it, they said the truth, but the reason it was marked wrong is because you lied. So you are a liar. Come on, guys, I'm just joking, but come on, think about it. The reason it is marked wrong is because you lied. Okay, okay. So let's say the truth, and when we say the truth will set us free. Okay, so I'm enjoying this thing. Okay, so the last one, it says find a record on my form based on the value that I search for. This is very important if you are searching for if you guys, some of you, if you guys are familiar with programming, you know that you can search for a, say you're searching for a person, you say I want to search for Alex, okay, Alex Brown, and you just type in Alex Brown or select Alex Brown, and everything that pertains to Alex Brown is displayed. So that is a better option to go if you're searching for something. But in this case, we just want to type something. So let's go. I will type in the values that I want and click on next. Okay, so this box here shows you the columns that you're going to indicate. So we just want to affect only one column, okay, which is the location column, okay, or the location field. So I'm going to put my mouse there and begin to type in the values that I want. So let's just check again the values. It's Cornwall, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and France. I hope I will be able to remember that. So it's Cornwall, and then the next one, I just press tab key on my keyboard to go to the next field. It's Ireland. Then the next one is supposed to be Scotland, okay, and the next one is supposed to be Wales, and the last one is supposed to be France. Okay, so let me put this as capital France. Why is it not going as capital? Okay, capital F. Okay, right. So Cornwall, just verify, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and France. And number of columns, please stick it to 1, because we're just going to be affecting only one column, which is the location column. Okay, go to next. Now this is very important, guys. Here Microsoft Access can store the selected value from your combo box into your database, okay, or remember the value so you can use it later to perform a task. So when you select a value in your combo box, what do you want Microsoft Access to do? So for example, if I come here and I select Cornwall, or I select Ireland, Scotland, Wales, what do I want to do? Okay, you know, this form that we are creating is a data capture form. So it's going to be used either to capture values for the database. And remember, when we create a new or blank new record using the form, it is going to be blank, and then we're going to type in the information in this form. So let me just put it here side. We're going to type in the information here, and we need to save this into a form. So what do we want? If I select somewhere here, if I select Cornwall, I want this value for Cornwall to be attached to the record that would have been collecting here using this form. So I want to store this field, the value on location code, on the field called location. So Cornwall is a location, France is a location, Ireland is a location, Wales is a location, Scotland is a location, and so I want all the values that I get from the combo box or from the drop down menu. I want all those values to actually be stored in the field or in the column for location. I hope guys have been able to explain this in the simplest way possible. If you please do not understand what I've just been talking about, please don't need one pain, just take the video back and listen to it again over and over and over. You know, I like to say, you know, if you want to learn something and want something to be part of you, or want something to be natural, you have to do it over and over and over and over and over and over. Hallelujah. Amen. I'm preaching it good. Let's go, guys. Next. Okay, so I want now, they're asking me, what label would you like for the combo box to be called? Okay, so the label I want currently is called combo 17, and you can tell right here it's combo 17, but this is supposed to be location. Okay, I want it to be called location because all this is course code, activity type, rating, and then it's combo 17. No, I want it to be location. So the moment I say finish, you will see that it changes to location, and then you have all these values that you have here. Now if you go ahead and view form view, you see that you have location and you have Cornwall. And if you click on the drop down menu here, you have Cornwall, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and France. And if you go back to your question paper, you will see that all these are the ones which have been selected. Guys, this is very important. Okay, so if you go back to the question, okay, it says use the drop down menu in the location field to accept only these, and we've just done that. Says evidence 6 says that place into your evidence document screenshots to show the drop down menu and how you have limited data entry to these 5 values only. Now this is very important, guys. Remember, we were using a query a wizard, combo wizard, to do that, but you need to go to design view. If you want to get the properties, you need to go to the properties for this one. So go to properties, okay, and then you need to select first of all location, and right click and go to properties, and then come to this one. It says combo box 17, but don't worry, this one is supposed to be location because we changed that. But that's why it says control source, it says location, because we changed here. Okay, so now what we want to show is that the raw source is actually these here: Cornwall, Ireland, and the others. So what I'm going to do is just to enlarge this part for the property sheet so that all the values are actually visible. Okay, I'm just going to do that. Now guys, you will pardon me, there's something I'm doing in the background with my computer. You can see there's a lot that is running on my taskbar, and because of that, my computer is somewhat a little bit slow, but we'll be able to manage and we'll be able to do that. Okay, so this is what I want. So the question says that we need to show evidence how we selected only these 5 values. And so if you come back here, you notice that raw source shows only 5 values: Cornwall, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and France. Okay, and then raw source type shows value list. In other words, we are just speaking what is contained in that field. Okay, the value that is in that field. There are other options, of course, that may be there, options like a field list, table query, and stuff, but we're not interested in that, because what we want now is just the value. And also we need to limit to list. Okay, we need to limit to the list that is available. So say limit to list, make it yes. What this does is that the Excel thing, rather the access, why do I keep on saying Excel? The access thing now is going to show only the limit is going to be limited only to the selected list that you have there. Okay, so column bound is just 1. This one is the number of columns that we're able to show. So what I'm going to do is just get a screenshot of the property sheet and just get it maybe up to there, and that should be fine, and copy it and paste it as my evidence number 6. Okay, so just go here. So location field screenshot showing data entry limited. Okay, here. So go back here, and it said it showed drop down menu and how you have limited data entry to these 5. Okay, this is why I said the limit to list is supposed to be put to yes. Please don't forget to limit to list, because initially it was set to no, but now you're supposed to set it to yes. Okay, so go ahead, preview this, and you'll see that it still works perfectly. Now what we just need to do is to do some alignment of some kind to just make this a little bit interesting. So I'm going to drag this, put it there, and select it and drag it there, and let it be just a little bit neat. Okay, so preview it, let's see how good it is. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, so at least we have that. So the one thing is that this is there, but this is not so important, guys. But if you are a computer scientist like me, you would want everything to be aligned properly. So let me just come on, go up. My hand seems to be frozen. Okay, that should be fine. Let's see how bad or how good it is. Okay, so yeah, perfect. Okay, good. So right now what we're going to do is to continue with the next step. Okay, so we're done with step 21. We go now to step 22. Step 22 says that we're supposed to add the following records to the add sports table using the form. Okay, so this is very important. We're going to use the form, and these are the form values that we have: CO 029, Zapcat water 4, Cornwall yes, 471, and duration are 6. Okay, so I'm going just to go back here, go to the form. Okay, so the form is supposed to be in run mode, so it is in run mode. You can traverse and go to different records that you have. Okay, so currently I have 300 records and so on and so forth. Okay, so what I want is to create at the end of this list to put a blank record, and you see that it's going to be blank. Okay, so now we need to type in that data that we were given initially. So we were given CO029 as the course code, and then go to activity, supposed to be ZapCut, and then the type was water, and rating was 4, and location, this is where the drop box or combo box comes, drop down box comes essential. So select Cornwall. Residential is supposed to be yes, so type in yes here. Okay, and cost is supposed to be 471, and automatically you see that it puts the euro symbol as well as 2 decimal places, so that's perfect. And duration is supposed to be 6. Okay, so we're done with this one. Hit on save. Okay, so we now have 301 records. We initially had 300 records. We now have 301 records. So which means if you go back here just one record step, okay, you will see that you have that record, and then if you go back to the last record, you will see that you have our record and it has been entered perfectly. Okay, so let's go back. Check your data for entry errors and then save. Okay, so before you hit save, like I did, I went ahead and just hit save because I thought I typed everything correctly, but you're supposed to verify that the data is actually proper, okay, in terms of the syntax, that is the text that is there, the numbers and everything supposed to be excellent. Okay, so evidence 7, place in your evidence document screenshots showing this data in your form. Okay, so let's go back here. So the form in question is this one, so I'm just going to get a screenshot of this. Okay, so this is the form, and copy it, go to the evidence document and place it. Okay, so this is the new form. So please, you need to get screenshot of the new data that you added in the form. So this one is perfect. So go back to the question paper. Step 23, evaluate the design of your data entry form. Now guys, I must also say here, now the term evaluate, okay, it's one of the highest order of the cognitive now the terms huh? Okay, so it's cognitive something something. Okay, so there is understanding, there is knowledge, there is synthesis, okay, there is comprehension, and there's all these analysis and stuff. Now there is another term called evaluate. It is one of the highest order of cognitive whatever, but basically what it is that when you evaluate, you are at the highest form of thinking. Okay, you are digging into an activity and scrutinizing it, looking at both the advantages, how good it is, the disadvantages, how bad it is, where improvements can be made, and stuff like that, where the limitations are, and everything. So when you're evaluating, for example, we are to evaluate the design of our entry form. We are looking at the advantages of this form, the weaknesses of this form, the strengths of this form, and all these other things where improvement can be made, and this is supposed to be that way. So I hope I've explained very well on evaluation, because time and time again you're going to encounter questions in the exam which are going to ask you to evaluate something. Okay, hallelujah. We're preaching it good, guys. Okay, so let's go. So our evaluation is supposed to evaluate the data entry form, and then we write something with no more than 50 words, okay, about this. So in other words, what are we saying? Let's go back to the data entry form. Guys, what can we spot about this data entry form? If we continue to use, let's say we have 5,000 records to add, and you're the data entry clerk, okay, you're the guy who enters or the girl who enters data into this form. How easy are you going to use or to find this form to use? Okay, so first thing that I would notice that I want you to notice, let me just do this so that I can type in some few things here. Remember, I'm just typing this for the sake of doing this, so I'm gonna just do some text here. Now you notice that one, because of the drop box, people don't have to type in Cornwall or France or what. It's easy, they just have to select that. So less errors are made. Okay, less errors are made because of the drop down menu. Okay, now don't worry about typing this. You don't have to type this in the exam. I'm just trying to show you guys, just to give you, that's the beauty about this software, just to give you a good understanding of what I'm trying to explain and showing you where the points could be coming from. Okay, this is not what we're going to do. This is not what I'm going to paste as my evidence there. No, we need to type in the evidence document, but I'm just trying to show you where you can have these good qualities. Okay, also you notice that we don't have navigation buttons here, and that gives us a weakness. Okay, so no navigation buttons. Okay, so it is hard to go to next record, okay, or delete a record, okay, maybe save a record and stuff like that. Okay, search for a record. All this, we need some navigation, guys, on this form. We don't have that. Okay, and also we can also put, say, title. The title is not meaningful. Okay, say title not meaningful. Okay, but again, we have the title, so but again, we can make a title to be meaningful. It's important that we have title that is meaningful, guys. I don't know how many we were supposed to give initially. Okay, so the other one that I want maybe to make mention is that the labels should be descriptive. It's not good just to have the labels the way they are. For example, course code, activity type, rating, location, residential, cost, whatever duration. It becomes difficult for somebody to understand what these are. But if you say enter course code, or you say please or kindly enter the activity you want to do, you must be friendly when you create these forms. Don't just be like a rude man. Location, activity, this, you must be, you remember, when you design forms, they must be user friendly. So you must make sure that when you create some of this stuff, that you are doing just that. Okay, so the font size and color themes. Also, the font size for the labels are quite small. I mean, we can increase the font size, and then we can make also fill the space. There's so much space on the right side here. The form is just more like centered. The form is more like just centered. Let me just do this. So the form is more like just centered around this corner. Okay, just here. But what about the space that we have here? What about this space? What about this space? What are we doing about these spaces here? Okay, so the form should be well balanced. And then there is also yeah, so I've talked about the descriptive labels. Okay, not just field names and stuff. We should have descriptive labels, and then we should also have appropriate spacing fields. Okay, so there isn't that much spacing on the fields, and then we should use white spaces. So this one is too close to here. We can just space it a little bit so that we make it interesting. Okay, so with this, let's go back to our evidence document, and then under evidence 8 we type in some evaluation, not more than 50 words, so it just has to be something so small. Okay, so let's go. 1, drop down menu reduces errors. Okay, that's true. Not drop down, guys, drop. Drop down menu. Okay, next, no navigation. So we are criticizing this no navigation buttons. Let's say we are criticizing this form, that is, we're evaluating the design. We can also talk about lack of instructions on how to fill this form. Okay, people should be given proper instructions. Please fill this in a pencil, or mark in capital letters, or lowercase letters and stuff like that. Okay, people should be given instructions. So labels should be descriptive. descriptive. Okay, labels should be descriptive. In other words, they should give an idea of what somebody is supposed to be doing. Okay, there are also other things that you can put there, like you can use consistent spacing, distribute. Also, you can say distribute the information over the page. Remember what I talked about, that the page at least should have the information distributed. The title, okay, so it has the title, proper title, okay, and many other things, guys, that you are able to see there. But for now, I'll just leave up to this. So let's go back to the question paper. Okay, type the evaluation of your data entry form into your evidence document using no more than 50 words. Okay, so this is what we have done. So I think I'm done with 23. Let's go to step 24. Import the file j216 ratings.csv as a new table into your database. Okay, so set the activity rating as the primary key. Okay, so let's go back here and let's go close this one. Okay, because we're done with this one, close it. Then external text file, and let's go browse. And then what we want to import now is this one, j216 ratings. Double click on it and go to OK. And next, first row contains field names. Excellent. Next, let's work on field size, guys. The data types. Always work on the data types. So, for example, you notice activity rating is long integer, but we are using only integers. Okay, so because if you go to the first one from the question paper, let me just see. Okay, I'll show you when I get to that section. Let me not get ahead of myself. Okay, so done this one. So level is short text, description is short text, and go ahead and say okay. I'll tell you why I've changed it from long integer to to rather integer. I'll explain very well. And then next, we're supposed to make our own primary key, which is activity rating is supposed to be our primary key. And then next, and then ratings, and then finish this. Okay, and then close. Excellent, perfect. So double click on this ratings table. So there you go, you have the ratings table. Let's go back here and see what we need to do. Okay, so set the activity rating as primary key. We've just done that. Now we're told to create a one-to-many relationship as a link between the rating field in the JADS whatever table and the rating activity. Now guys, remember the rating field in the JADS table was set to integer. Okay, and the rating activity in the ratings table had the data type as long integer. Because of these two differences in terms of data type, rating and activity rating, if this one was rating and this one was long integer, if this one was integer and this one was long integer, this one was long integer and this one was integer, there is that two differences, because primary key and foreign key, or for two tables to be linked together, the two fields that are linking those tables must have the same data type. So this is why I had to go and change from long integer to to integer. Guys, I must say this again, because most of you are going to be encountering this error in the exam and you won't know where you're making this mistake, where it's coming from, where the program will be telling you about the inconsistency in the terms of data parameters and stuff, and you'll be wondering, where have I made the mistake, and you can't seem to trace that. But the mistake was made when importing the file, when you did not change the data type. So you need to accommodate or to recognize which fields are going to be used to be linked together. Those two fields, like rating field and activity rating field, these two fields should have the same data type. Guys, I cannot overemphasize this one. They should have the same data type. So rating field in the add sports table is the data type is integer, and activity rating, the data type has been changed from long integer to integer. And perfectly, this one is going to work perfectly when we attempt to produce a relationship, a one-to-many relationship. So let's go ahead and attempt to produce a relationship. So let's go to database tools, But when you want to produce relationships, you need to first of all close all these other opened tables, otherwise it won't work. So you need to have just a blank space here, and then go to database tools, go to relationships, and then select the tables that you want to create the relationship with. So I'll select this one and this one and hit on close. Okay, so which ones are linking up to create the relationship? It's activity rating, okay, linking up to rating. Okay, so enforce referential integrity, just check it. Okay, and then before I close this window, okay, I've done this. Before I close the window, I need to take evidence, place in the evidence document screenshot showing the relationship between the two tables. Now guys, the windows that is supposed to be taken is this window. Okay, so if you say create, your relationship has been created one to many, but this is not the window that I want. The window that I want is the one that I closed. So I need to go back here. Let's say just try to drag it here and say yes, want to edit the existing. Okay, so this is the window that I want, so I'm gonna just put it here. Okay, so the one, why it's showing that one to many down here at the bottom, you notice that it is showing one to many here. Okay, so this is the window that I want, so I'm gonna just have to get it here. And if I want, I can create this or get this, it's up to me. But the window that Cambridge or the examiner is interested in is this window that says relationship, and it shows one to many relationship. Okay, so say copy, and then let's go to the evidence document and place it under evidence number 9, showing the relationship. Okay, so I'm gonna just have to push this down so that this heading is for step number 24 and it shows correctly like that. Okay, excellent. So next step, step number 25. Okay, now it gets interesting here. I don't know if I should stop this video from this end, so that let me see how much time I've utilized so that I can break this. Otherwise it's going to be very long. Let me see just how much time I've utilized. Okay, this is 46 minutes. Okay guys, I'm gonna have to stop this video here, and then I'll continue working on this other section of the video in another part. Okay, so please do stay tuned, or do stay tuned to my channel, and then you will find this next video on step 25. We'll resume. I won't close anything here, and we're going to do step 25, and then from there we're going to do step 26, and then we will say goodbye to data manipulation. Okay, so that should be fine guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, you're supposed to subscribe, share, like, and comment. If you have any paper in question that you want me to work on, a particular question that you want me to deal with, please do get in touch with me, comment it out, and I'll look at it, and if it's possible for me to make it prior to exam, I'll be able to do that. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and God bless you.